Deontay Wilder taking Tyson Fury to mediation to enforce their third fight, as explained by an attorney. Knuckleheads, welcome to the FightersRep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter / attorney. And, I wanted to discuss this because a lot of these so-called boxing pundits, which are just YouTubers that are typically fans of one guy or the other, have taken to the airwaves recently and are discussing this matter as if Deontay Wilder has some sort of miraculous edge or some sort of leverage under the law. But that's just not the case here. Let me kind of explain this to you guys so you guys understand how it works. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the actual contract, but as a promoter and as an attorney, I've seen at the very least arbitration clauses in these bout and promotional agreements. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think is going on. So first and foremost, for there to be mediation and for it to be in the contract as per Shelley Finkel, that's very normal. That's very normal. Basically, any claim or controversy that arises in that contract will typically go to mediation. I mean, that's what the clause in the contract is for, right? If there's any sort of disagreement, if there's any issue at all, I can just trigger the mediation. And that doesn't mean one person is right and the other person is wrong. That doesn't require you to really meet any sort of legal standard. It's just a part of the contract. I disagree with you on this issue. I have the right to go to mediation. Again, doesn't mean anyone won or lost, so I don't know why people are getting so excited or ahead of themselves, other than the fact that they're biased, fanboys of one guy or the other and just don't seem to understand the law or what's going on. Second, it looks like, based on what Shelley Finkel has said, that in the contract, if there's a dispute, it goes to mediation, okay, and that's what's going to happen. And then there's binding arbitration if the mediation is unsuccessful. And the arbitration, I want you guys to understand, is just another sort of level almost of mediation, right? And it's kind of just as toothless, if you will, when we're talking about the leverage one guy has over the other. And in order to explain it to you guys, I'm going to give you an example of an arbitration clause. I'm going to read it to you in general terms so you understand it. And this is from a boxing promotional agreement, very similar. So just so you could kind of understand the process, right? So again, if anything arises, you can take it to mediation. Doesn't mean one guy's right, one guy's wrong. It's just a remedy. And then if that doesn't work out, if they can't reach an agreement in mediation, which they probably won't be able to, but who knows, then it goes to arbitration. An arbitration clause typically sounds something like this. So it says, essentially, that any dispute, controversy, or claim arising out of or related to the agreement at issue, including its formation, the interpretation of the agreement, the breach or termination of the agreement, including even whether the asserted issue, the asserted claim is arbitrable, is going to be referred to the arbitrator. So even if you have a question as to whether this issue can be taken to arbitration, that question is to be determined by the arbitrator. And typically it's just like a judge or a retired judge who sits there and makes the decision. And it's kind of done in order to avoid the entire legal process, which could take forever and get very messy. So what's happening here, if you ask me, and again, we don't have the contracts, but what's happening here is Any dispute, any controversy, any claim made related to the agreement can be taken to mediation. And that's probably what Wilder's saying. He's saying, hey, you're trying to get out this fight. I read it differently from you. You're seeing it, as the term for the rematch has expired. I disagree. Maybe Wilder will say, because of the whole lockdown, that, it should toll the time of the expiration date of the trilogy fight. And Wilder's probably going to say, I think this should be taken to mediation. Again, that doesn't mean that anybody's right or anybody's wrong. And once they go to mediation, Tyson Fury's either going to say, no, I want to go ahead and continue to fight Anthony Joshua or whoever else it is that he's going to want to fight. Or yes, let's make something happen. Let's set a date. Now, if Tyson Fury says, no, I disagree with you, we don't see eye to eye, at that point it goes to arbitration because that's what the contract says. Again, it doesn't mean anybody is going to be, upheld or prevented from doing what they want to do in this situation. It's very possible that Tyson Fury can continue to fight while this thing is getting handled. I mean, we just saw Canelo, get released and, during arbitration or mediation or whatever it was from the most lucrative or one of the most lucrative contracts in boxing history. So to think, that this is some kind of victory for either Wilder or Fury or anyone else, I think is just absolutely ridiculous. Again, any claim that arises, what gloves you're going to wear in this fight, if it's in the agreement, how many days I have to activate the clause, what color trunks I'm going to wear, who's going to walk out first, anything that's in the agreement, if there's any sort of dispute, can be taken to mediation. And if they don't see eye to eye there and don't come to an agreement, it goes to arbitration. So my point is, this is not a win for anybody. This is Deontay Wilder doing what he believes is correct, perhaps, under this contract, or he's doing it to save face because he waited so long, and I don't know if it's true or not, but allegedly the expiration date came and went. Now, if this thing is being taken to mediation because the expiration date came and left, and they don't see eye to eye, which I don't think they will on that issue, and then it gets taken to arbitration, I mean, I would imagine that Tyson Fury has a great defense because he could just say, well, you can't really blame Deontay Wilder not giving me a date, or his team or whoever was involved not giving us a date for the third fight because of this lockdown, because boxing's still happening despite the lockdown. You know what I mean? I think if it's a situation where a date came up and the date passed, then you've kind of breached the contract, right? And so the contract is terminated. And of course, even that issue, as I read to you in the example arbitration clause, even that issue, whether it's terminated or not, is subject to mediation, is subject to arbitration. So, this really doesn't move the dial a whole lot. It's just them going through the regular process. I'm interested to see what happens. Again, I think if the date came and went, Wilder's kind of SOL. But, at the end of the day, if I'm Tyson Fury, and this is just me taking a side right now, if I'm Tyson Fury, I say, man, to heck with Deontay Wilder. I can get more money fighting Anthony Joshua without these ridiculous cheating claims. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw the video. Definitely check it out. Mind Smash put up a video. I believe it was Mind Smash. He put up a video showing Tyson Fury actually clenching his fists and picking up his shorts, which to me kind of, totally debunks the ridiculous Glovegate controversy. But I'm not going to waste any more breath on that because I think it's ridiculous. But anyway, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if that's what you guys believe, all the best to you. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to put to bed any sort of notion that, one guy had some sort of legal advantage over the other. At this point, we don't know. They're just kind of going through the motions. Knuckleheads, my ask for you today is, do you think Wilder ever fights Fury again? If I'm Fury, I don't give him that fight with all these cheating allegations. But that's just me, and I'm a nasty MF. If you accuse me of something like that, we're finished, and I'm actually looking for a way to get you back. That's the way I am. So I don't give you that fight. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. Do you think they ever fight? Or do you think Fury does what I would do and just hang him out to dry? Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation. Also, get your Fighters Rep gear in the link below. By doing so, you help me build this channel and the only kickboxing promotion that matters. Fighters Rep Promotions. Again, click subscribe. Join the most educated, best channel on YouTube where you get to be part of building a promotion. I wanted to say one more thing. What I tell you guys here is very objective. I'm not a fanboy. I don't have the sort of self-esteem, I guess, you need to kind of worship at the feet of one fighter versus another. That's just not my style. What I say on here is my opinion. And you can agree with it and you can disagree with it. And that sort of discourse, it's welcome on this channel. That's why this is the most educated, best fight channel on YouTube. Disagreements are welcome. That's what we do here, disagreements and debates. But if you come in here disrespectful and you're insulting people and you're negative and you're depressed, like all of these trolls that come in here once in a while, we're not going to deal with you. You either come in here, you make your claim, whatever it is, as crazy as I may think it is, that's fine. If you do so with respect, you get respect back. But if you come in here, you fly off the handle, I don't work with people like that. I don't deal with people like that. This is my channel. This is my business. If you don't like it, if it rubs you a certain way, you need to check yourself. And maybe this is not the channel for you. But if you're open to discussion, debate, disagreement, this is the spot for you, knuckleheads. So we'll talk soon. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this one.